Thanks for coming back, guys, to the channel. So we are back with another video, and today we are going to be talking about a very important topic in your trading journey. So if you have any friend who is not around, share this video with him, give him the link, because this is going to be very crucial. So we are going to be talking about the primary trading fears in your trading journey. The primary trading fears in your trading journey, and if you try and fix these primary trading fears, your trading is going to change fundamentally. From my own experience, I read a book called Trading in the Zone by Mike Douglas, which I really recommend if you're trying to change how your mind thinks when you're trading. So we're going to talk about the trading fears that were explained in that book, and I've tried to be implementing them in my trading journey, and they are very good. I would recommend anyone to follow suit. So there are really 4 trading fears that hinder us all of us as traders, because first of all, you have to understand that trading is just the mindset, what you're thinking, the emotions, the psychology. So what we're going to be talking about is what you have to change to be on your journey as a consistent trader. So there are 4 things that always hold us back when we are trading, and this is going to be number 1, the fear of being wrong. That is the first thing that will always hinder your trading execution, your trading net profits, and would always show up in your account balance, the P&L of your account. The second fear is the fear of losing the money, so you let a trade go because you're fearful of maybe your analysis is not right or anything. And the third fear is going to be missing out. The trade has started moving and you fear that you're going to miss out, so you try and enter into the wrong position at the wrong time. So the fourth fear is going to be when you are in a trade and you close because you fear that the trade is going to go against you and you are closing early. So what suggestions should we take? What remedies, anything you would want to call it, how can we prevent all these fears? How can we overcome all these fears? Anyway, you cannot prevent them, but how do you overcome them? Because we come in trading with a different mind. But when you are trading, if you want to make profits, if you want to be consistent, you're going to change the way you think. Now this is USD JPY on the 15-minute chart, as you can see, and we are going to be using this as an example to explain all the 4 things we've been talking about. So number 1 is being wrong. So what setups are we looking at on the New York, on the USD JPY? Let's go into the 4-hour chart and we try to understand exactly what we are looking at right now. So if you look, USD JPY has been on a really strong upward trend, as you can see right there. It is on a really big upward trend, and it just broke the trend and it is retesting that trend line. But if we come into the lower time frames to look for entries on the intraday charts, we try to go into the 1 hour to see what the trend looks like. So this was the break of the trend line and a retest of that breaking point. So there were many opportunities to enter orders, to short orders exactly around this zone. And right now we are waiting for a retest of that trend line to see how price is going to react on the following days. But let me explain the 4 fears. How do you overcome them? So we are going to move into a lower time frame to try to look at this chart in a more specific way. So let's go to the 15-minute chart and we go to the fear number 1 is being wrong. So let's take an example. There was a resistance that was being created. As you can see, price is not passing this zone of 149.1 to 149.2. So this becomes a resistance zone. Let's label it in pink color or red color to try and let's label this support color green to try and be easily understood as a support and resistance. So this was the resistance depending on where the price has broken the trend line, and this became a huge resistance right there, and this became the support because price was supporting at the same point. So for example, you have a fear of being wrong. So here price breaks to the downward side and price comes back into the supply zone. It means here you're going to have your entry as per your analysis. Now if you fear being wrong, you can wait for a confirmation that the price is going down, which is price will go down and retrace back into the same zone as another retest. So if you have fear of entering a trade and it might be wrong, wait for a second retest. There is always a second retest, because as you can see here, this is a second retest. So don't enter here, enter after there is a second retest, and the fear of being wrong will decrease because you have a double confirmation. In the same positions right here, price made a support and it came back into the support zone. And if you can't enter right here in the first candle that shows you a support is being formed, you can wait for a second retest, and you can see a pin bar with an engulfing candle, which is a good setup. And this is always your entry if you fear that you might be wrong. Always wait for a second retest until you have real confidence in your strategies and your analysis. You will start entering early at the right time, or you can enter late with a second confirmation. But what will this cost you? Sometimes there is only one confirmation and there is no second confirmation. So that's the one thing you will always be missing out from time to time. But at least you will have confidence in your analysis, because with time you will enter always at the initial confirmation on the chart or in your analysis. So number 2 is the fear of losing money. This is basically money management. So how do you manage your money in your trading account to a point where you don't fear even losing? Because really losing is part of the business. You cannot expect profits day in day out, so losing is part of the business. So how do you help yourself? How do you improve in the fear of losing money? So for example, we have to set a setup here to the downward side and it has really confirmed properly. So if you fear that you'll lose money, first thing, go for small lot sizes, go for micro lots. Open a position of 0.03 for a week and open 10 trades, and you see how many trades you're going to gain, how many trades you're going to lose, and you try to follow your analysis to the best of your ability. So here, open a position, for example, is 0.03 or 0.02 micro lots. Open a position, put in a considerable risk and try to target the first support right here. Try to target that, the first zone. You can see that there is a support and it's a 1 to 2.3, which would be a risk of something like how many pips right here? We are looking at 10, 20, 30 pips, and you're looking at 10, 20, 35 pips. So this is a good start. Open a position, small lots. Try to understand that you won't lose as much, and if you target at 30 pips in your stop loss, target 30 pips in your take profit. At least you have to break even with your stop losses. So the fear of losing money will start decreasing after you train yourself to take small positions in the market, and you don't fear losing that $3, $5 to $10 because you have your small account of $1,000 or $500. So risk $10 on a certain trade and put in a very small lot size that can fit the $10 loss, and you try to target that $10 profit. This will help you learn how to take a loss and don't fail to don't improve your trading in the overall picture. So we come back here and we try to see what if you fear missing out on a trade. No problem, this will help you solve such an issue. For example, a trade passed you at this point, you didn't put in an order to the upward side. Wait for a retest again, because this was a support and a retest for the second time. It broke out to the upward side and a retest for the third time. It means every time an order breaks out and you were not in the order, you didn't open any position, do not enter until you see a pullback or a retest. So this means when the market retests and it comes back into the previous resistance, here is where you open your position after you see a move or exactly into the zone. If you see a confirmation, you won't be on the wrong side. So if you had missed out, you can enter after a pure confirmation that the market is making a continuation to the side of your preference. Now, this we want to look at the last fear, which is closing early when you open a position. How can you combat such a fear in your mind? The only way that I've realized in my experience how you can help yourself to stay in trades for a long term, this is the strategy I've devised to tackle such an issue. Every time you open a position, for example, you want to open a buy position at this point, what you're going to do is you're going to open two small lots. For example, let's say you're going to take a 0.1 lot size on a buy position. It means I will open two 0.5s, so 0.05. So I have two positions that amount to a 0.1. Now I will take a profit at the first point I see where I can take the profit. So the first resistance, I'll take a profit there and will let the second position run till where the supply is. Now the first position will cover my second stop loss and let this second position run, and I won't look at it again. And as you can see, the position took some time, like a couple of hours, from early morning till around midday. So it took around 6 hours. So this is the only way you can help yourself to stay in a position without missing out on the opportunity. So those were the 4 fears in trading, and if you try to combat these 4 fears, your trading journey is going to change fundamentally. So primarily trading fears, tackle this and you will thank me later. Thanks for watching, guys. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and turn on that notifications bell. Thanks for watching, guys, and keep it up.